You're watching Oilers Nation every day with Taylor Yaremchuk. Your one-stop shop for all things Oilers.
Game day. That was dumb as shit.
He is so proud of himself. That was top secret. I walked in here and he said, I'm going to need your mic for the lead.
Well,
there you go. You saw
it is a game day. Sherwood Ford Giant Game Day. Welcome
Fact.
into Oilers Nation every day, live from the Sports Closet studio. This was a lead prop the other day. We didn't know what we were going to do. There's like 4 minutes
you know what?
of the show.
I like it. I applaud the creativity.
Yeah, you gotta
don't
come
let
up
me
with
shit
something.
on you. Don't let it happen.
Sherwood Ford Giant Game Day, which means Jay is joining myself and Liam for the program. Finally, after 3 days off. Feels like it was a week
All
off.
the days.
Yeah, I mean, you're all hyped up off the heels of a Heritage Classic, and they make you wait till Thursday for the next game. Come on, NHL schedule makers.
No, I actually think it was good.
Okay.
Because this is what happened. We whooped Calgary's ass in the outdoor game. That happened.
Fact.
Then we got to have our team Halloween party to continue that gelling,
Mhm.
that chemistry forming, get those neurons and that's not chemistry. Get those whatever bonds connected.
Mhm.
I think they're just called bonds.
Bonds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I went
Also,
all cranial there for a second.
to continue the good vibes, Sam Gagner's back.
Well,
Third stint with the
trifecta.
Oilers.
it seems like it was planned. It's like we're not going to bring Sam up here until we're like good enough for Sam.
It's go time.
Thoughts?
Although it would have been cool to have him up for the Heritage Classic.
Yeah.
Yes.
But Adam Ernie deserved one more chance.
Says who?
I don't know. Me, I guess. Lots to get to today on the show. We're going to have our game notes. We're going to have our lineup report. Also, Taylor Baird is going to swing by. She covers the Dallas Stars for NHL.com and defending Big D. It's a big sports day in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Stars game day. Rangers are World Series
Shout out
champions.
Rangers.
That's
Did
not
you know?
Dallas, though. Arlington.
Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Oh.
It's the second metropolitan area to have a championship in all 4 major sports.
What's the first? Boston.
Nope.
What?
The Patriots technically don't count. They're too far out of the Boston
What
area.
the heck? So who's the first one?
LA.
Represent.
That
LA?
makes sense.
That's at least what a tweet I saw said.
Wow.
Oh,
Don't
believe everything you see on X. X
Dallas.
give it to
Oh,
you.
sorry. Boston and LA. They are the third.
Oh,
sorry. They did count the
crazy.
Patriots.
Tyler, correct me if I'm wrong, but we haven't had a sports equinox yet this year, and we won't have one now because
we had
the
one
Rangers
Monday.
Had one
Monday.
the other day.
Was it Monday? There was
was-
football.
Yeah.
Okay, there was. Yeah.
Monday
Okay,
Night
so there we go.
Football.
We got one.
All right.
I was a little upset that I was going to get robbed tonight
No.
of all 4 major sports, but
Anyways,
I'm not a Texas guy.
we're gonna get set for tonight's matchup against the Dallas Stars. Taylor will let us know what's going on, everything Dallas. But first, our giant question for this game day. Jay, we gave our thoughts on it yesterday. What would you be doing with the lines with Sam Gagner back in the mix? Are you going him and Ryan as the extra skaters, or are you maybe looking to split those two up? That's not a lot of speed if you're going to play them together.
Well, you don't want to mix up that third line that we love so much that doesn't score.
Mm-hmm.
You can't move him up into the top 6.
No.
So then he has to stay put on the 4th line and you just have Connor center them. He can be the speed.
My thinking yesterday was you play them as the third line, Ryan and Gagner with McLeod, and you have Holloway and Brown be your extra forwards. And that way they always get minutes with McDavid or Draisaitl.
I think that's actually way better.
Yeah.
The more I slept on it, I wrote it on a piece of paper, put it under my pillow,
Yeah.
and slept on it. And
yeah,
through
yeah,
osmosis, it leaked into my brain
give
even more. I
those,
like
give
it.
those third line guys a shot with McDavid.
Connor Brown's been playing better and better and better. I think you got to put him in a spot to succeed. And I'm not 100% sure if that's with Ryan McLeod right now.
I agree. I think Ryan McLeod is struggling to create offense at the moment.
Mhm.
And I think if you put in between Sam Gagner and Derek Ryan, it's at least 2 intelligent players who can maybe put him in good positions to
Mhm.
succeed. And then he's the speed, and it's like a little bit more control on the line. That third line of Brown, Holloway, and McLeod is just who can skate harder.
Yeah.
Like it's just skating.
I do really
Which
like
is not bad.
No,
if
it's
there's
not bad.
sprinkled in a little scoring.
Yes, that would be ideal.
Over on the YouTube chat, which is brought to you by Finning Cat. Finning Canada is your local dealer for cat equipment. Built to handle work in Western Canada. For heavy equipment for the job site, visit the Cat Rental Store. Chat with the knowledgeable staff and get what you need by parts, rental tools, power solutions, and more, all at Finning Cat. Dacky was in with the first comment of the day. Said, can't believe we get to see another 8-point night for Gagne. All jokes aside, I hope the boys do well. He's got a JBC riding on it.
Oh, yes.
A lot on
Smart.
the
I haven't had
line.
lunch yet,
Smart man, Dacky.
so that made me hungry.
I am also very hungry.
Wendy's
right
round?
now. Danger Suede is in the
DoorDash.
chat and says, Aaron looks like
Yeah, I
a
saw that.
divorced dad who only coaches his kid's softball team to see them. So
That is very funny. I laughed very hard at that.
Harsh but fair.
Yeah, fair.
it's also,
Shout out all my teams.
I get it. I get the comment.
I see it.
Yeah, me too.
You also look like a part of the Ted Lasso coaching staff.
Yeah.
Oh,
totally
That's
yeah.
a
could.
compliment I'm willing to
Yeah.
take. So thank you, Jay.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Christopher Palmer is in. Still need to know if I can get into the nation vacation without flights. He wants to come join us in Phoenix. We do have the trip officially launched up at nationgear.ca. As far as ticket only or whatever, I think we're still maybe waiting a little bit on that.
We're any DM me on Twitter.
Okay.
We're on X. We are looking into what we can do. And we will get back to you, my good friend.
If you missed it yesterday on the show, our second nation vacation of the year is officially live. Brought to you by our friends at Alberta Blue Cross and their travel insurance. We are heading out to Phoenix, Arizona, February 18th to 20th, right in the dead of winter. We're going to go heat things up a little bit and watch some hockey at the Mullet Arena. Hello.
We're staying in Scottsdale. Hot. And we're going to the Mullet Arena. Awesome.
All four of us will be there. Hot.
Yes.
Very,
Hot tub.
very hot.
Hot.
Tub,
Cool.
going to be hot.
Pool party?
Yes.
Yes.
Bud Light
Hot.
Sodies. Everyone get a soda in you.
No.
Okay. $19.99 is the rate for double occupancy. That gets you 2 nights at the Embassy Suites by Hilton, the Scottsdale Resort, transportation to and from the airport, and premium game tickets in the Den for
The
Edmonton.
Den.
For Edmonton versus Arizona.
There's not a bad seat in that house,
No.
but the Den, I think, is where the vibes are at. That's why we picked
Mhm.
it there.
And also, Liam and I were doing like a cost breakdown of this the other day. The
Yeah.
rides to and from the airport in Phoenix, that right there is like when you consider what you'd have to pay in an Uber, that's probably like $150 in value right
You
there.
factored that in?
I absolutely do.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but how did you like find the rate?
We guessed.
Go on Uber and look it up. No, we
Oh,
guessed.
Did you? Okay, that's
just guessed.
I'm impressed. That's-
NationGear.ca, this thing is going to sell very, very fast. And hopefully by that point, the Oilers are going to be above 500.
Well, if they're not by that point, I think we're in trouble.
I have a take I would like to throw your guys' way to get your thoughts on it. The Oilers' schedule over the next couple of weeks here. They obviously get Dallas tonight, a matchup against a very difficult opponent. Well,
We
more
played
on them
last
in a
night.
bit. Played last night. That is worth noting. Saturday, 1 o'clock at home against the Preds. They can beat the Preds.
Well, they yes, they can. I was looking at the schedule. We play the Preds at home twice this year.
Yeah.
Both in the afternoon.
Really?
It's weird.
That is weird.
After that, you go Vancouver, San Jose, Seattle on the road. Not the world's most difficult road trip.
No.
Islanders at home on the next Monday. Kraken on the 15th and Edmonton. And then a couple days off before you get the Bolts. So you have really after tonight against Dallas, you're going to go 6 straight games. None of them are against elite teams.
Well, Vancouver might have something to say about
They're
that,
a paper
but-
tiger. They're fake news.
Hell
But and there's no way you lose to them 3 times, right? Right.
yeah. Right?
Right.
Yeah, math is on our side.
So
Okay, that's good.
right now
Checks
the
out.
Oilers are 2-5-1.
Mhm.
Give me a percent chance because I think it's a lock that by the time they play the Bolts on the 18th, they're back at 500.
And how many
which-
games are played again?
7. So can they go
7.
5-2 over this next stretch? Dallas, Nashville, Vancouver, San Jose, Seattle, New York, Seattle.
They're gonna go 6-1.
You're that high on it.
They're gonna go 6-1. They're gonna win tonight. They're gonna have one mistake somewhere in the mix against a team maybe they should win. Better not be San Jose.
Mhm.
Good
And
boy,
then they'll
boy.
win the rest.
Okay, so I think they'll beat Dallas tonight.
Yeah.
I think they'll beat Nashville. Is Vancouver on the road or at home?
Road. We're gonna be there.
Oh yeah, we are
We
going to be there.
don't
next
have
Monday.
tickets, but we will be there.
You don't have tickets. Okay. Anyways,
I'll say they'll win that one.
Okay.
Or at least get an overtime point, whatever.
Okay.
San Jose, they'll win, so there's 4. I think they'll lose one of those Seattle games.
Yeah.
I'll say 6-1.
Yeah, I have them as beating Dallas, Vancouver, and San Jose, splitting the Islanders, Preds games. I feel like one of those teams is going to sneak one out, splitting the Seattle games. You're 5-2. It's November 18th. You are at that point 7-1 on the year, and I think we'd be feeling pretty good about that.
How's the goal differential now? Are we back to that? Back
Boy,
in even yet?
still
Still probably
deeply negative.
3 or 4 under? 5 under?
I went to the wrong page.
Oh, we kept losing lately.
I know,
Yeah,
but then we
we-
scored.
Lost 3-0 to the Rangers. We're -10.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So by the 18th, but if you go 5-2, you should pull back
Win by 2. Puck line every win.
3 games above 500 in that stretch.
Losing a shootout.
By San
Does
Jose.
that apply to goal differential?
Oh yeah, that'd be good too. If you can get a couple blowouts and then just your losses are tight, maybe by the 18th they could be back to 500 or back to even.
San Jose's 4 games from now, right?
Yeah.
They'll even it out against San Jose.
You think they're gonna
Like
beat the
7-0?
wheels?
Yeah, and San Jose don't score goals. They don't know how.
Oile Gordo.
Yeah, but this is where, like, you know, the Oilers are gonna Oiler in San Jose. I'm just worried about it.
They can't. San Jose is too bad for the Oilers to oil.
Oh, dude, they're so bad. Like
They
they
don't
still
score.
they only there's only been one of their games this year where they've scored more than 1 goal.
And how many have they played, Tyler? Like
9.
9, yeah.
It's ugly.
They scored 2
We love to
against.
break streaks.
Okay, so they lost 3-1 to Washington. They lost 3-0 to Carolina, 6-0 to the Lightning.
Why is that funny?
I don't know, just because they're so bad. Like they had a 2-game stretch where they lost 9-0 combined. They lost 3-1 to Florida, 5-1 to Nashville, 3-1 to Boston, 6-3 to the Hurricanes.
It must be tough to be a Finn fan, Sharks fan, and want to go to see a game live.
Yeah.
Mackenzie Blackwood played really well against Vegas in their second game of the year.
Yeah, he stopped
He's
like
52
50-some
shots or
shots,
something like that.
They
before
still haven't won, right?
no, they haven't
No.
won. So before Edmonton, they
Oh,
get
that's-
Vancouver tonight, Pittsburgh Saturday.
Like, what if they are still winless by the time Edmonton comes? Like, that just scares me.
that really
scares me.
does. I think we're rooting for the Sharks to sneak one of these next 3 out.
Yes, just like I was rooting for Dallas to beat Calgary tonight, so they can just come in and be like, a split in Alberta is good enough for me.
They also didn't play that good last night. They gave up like 46 shots to the.
Oh shit! Well, they're
Really?
gonna tighten that up tonight.
Are they missing players?
No, I think they're like pretty much fully healthy. We'll get more of a breakdown on that game when our guest pops in about 15 minutes. But I guess we can kick things off by going through the projected lineups on either side for this evening. Let's start with the homeboys, the Edmonton Oilers. 11-7 expectation. No Matthias Janmark this evening. He is still banged up. Would be nice if they could LTIR him and then bring up a player, but I mean, he
Not that
must be
bad, I guess.
close-ish to getting back. McDavid with Fogle and Draisaitl, Nuge with Kane and Hyman. I know they were doing a little bit of mixing and matching at the last practice. Gregor pointed out that they only had 5 players wearing the top 6 white, and Fogle wasn't one of them. I think that's a bit of a mistake. I think you leave this top 6 the way it was last game. Go Draisaitl, McDavid, and Fogle, boom, and that Kane, Nuge, Hyman line was actually really good.
Well, Kane has
Yep.
been showing up.
Yep.
So yeah, like if that's happening, that line's solid.
Yeah, Kane is the hobby of that line, really. If he's rolling, I think it makes life much easier on Nugent Hyman.
Yeah.
You just need Kane to be Kane, which he's been for like 3 games straight now.
Yeah, we talked about this on Oilersnation Radio. Like part of the reason why I was really hard on him in that little slump to start the year is like, man, when he's on, he's such a difference
Factor.
maker for
Yeah.
this team. Like he's without a doubt, when he's on, he's their 3rd most important player, man. Like behind McDavid and Draisaitl, it's Kane. Because if Kane's humming, Hyman's humming, all of a sudden it's much easier to justify playing McDavid and Draisaitl together, which again, with Connor maybe only at 95%, not 100%, you
Still
probably
take
want
it.
to keep this together. They were playing Connor on the wing to start the Heritage Classic. They weren't even playing him down the middle, right?
Because if it's oblique, man, you don't want him taking face offs.
Yeah. So I think Evander Kane is very important. And I think that the Heritage Classic was a very big step forward for him. He should have his mojo back.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's been there since Winnipeg. to be
Yeah.
honest,
No,
since
he's
he
been
got
put in
pissed.
the effort. Like he's
Yeah.
been kind of forcing himself back into his game.
Yeah.
And we're starting to see it.
Bottom 6, Brown and Holloway with McLeod, Ryan and Gagne together. What are your expectations for Sam Gagne? Jay,
The moon. It It just feels right that he's back in Oilers silks, and I think that's going to have an impact in the room and the vibes. So, I'm not. Is he going to have an 8.9 tonight? I hate to disappoint you. No, but he's going to do something that we're like. That's why Sam's here. Something smart. He's not going to be the fastest guy, but he never was. He's just going to do something and prove why he needs to.
He's going to draw a penalty.
Yeah, he'll draw a penalty. Who knows, man? He's feisty.
I was going to say,
do a scrap.
Gagne scrap tonight. That'd be a good way to get yourself right back in with this fan base.
Oh yeah,
not that he's out.
Gagne goal. Maybe we go to a shootout and Gagne in the shootout.
There it is.
You can't be too excited.
And you know what's coming.
That would be
what move's
electric.
coming. Not going to stop it. You know what's coming. The Sun can do it.
Think they'd actually pick him
to do a shootout? Yeah.
At home? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Dude, Gagne
vibes
as like the second shooter after the Oilers already scored one. Of course, I would like tonight to not go to a shootout. I'd like the Oilers to win this one.
Why are you betting puck line?
We'll get to that. Maybe I'm just doing Oilers in reg. Maybe. Gagne goal. I'm going to see. I want to see if Betway has it up. I wouldn't blame them if they don't.
Sergeant Battles said he bet
they
Gagne
do.
anytime goal.
Plus 400.
Yeah, jeez. They're giving him a lot of respect.
Evan Bouchard is plus 350, which is funny.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the lowest odds amongst Oilers forwards. Brown, Fogle, New, Time, and Kane, Drysdale, and McDavid all above that. So, yeah, if you want to back Sam Gagne to find the back of the net, again, the bar is very low because Adam Ernie was so unnoticeable in his stint here that, just recognizing the number 89 and being like, oh, yeah, there's Sam, and being excited for his shifts.
Good.
Yeah, that right there is going to change the perception of this bottom six.
I think so too. I keep thinking about Adam Ernie, which is
why? Why?
Because he was just even through the preseason. It was
you told him to keep his overalls.
Yeah, is there some remorse there? Is that why you're thinking about him?
I'm thinking
apologize?
why was he even here? Why?
Because Gagne needed time.
But Lane Peterson could have played. Anyone could have played. Brad Malone could have been that guy.
Are you doubting Jay Woodcroft right now?
I'm doubting him for that decision. Holland, whoever it was, it was just so meaninless to this whole organization. And no offense to Adam Ernie, but what he didn't do much in the preseason either. We spoke about how Lavoie didn't do enough. Well, Adam Ernie arguably did less and somehow managed to play 7 games in the NHL this season for the Oilers. It just still blows my mind a little bit. Hopefully we can just get him out.
Get past it.
Yeah. Are you gonna get over it?
I don't know. We'll see.
Still thinking about it.
I'll just add, I have hope for Sam Gagne. I think
the hope.
Right. Derek Ryan, I'm willing to have some level of patience with. I also don't think it's totally unfair to sit here and say neither of them should hopefully be on the playoff roster. Night 1 Stanley Cup playoffs, as much as the vibes of Gagne would be great, and I'm willing to leave that door open a crack, I do think improving the bottom 6 should be a big goal of Ken Holland.
100%. But I think, depending how his regular season goes, but I could see him being on the playoff roster.
I mean, in the lineup on the first playoff game kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Gagne and Ryan.
I'm saying Gagne.
Oh, not Derek Ryan.
We'll see. Again,
I'm willing to leave the window open, but you go around the league, you even look at tonight and what they're going up against, and maybe this is a good segue into the Dallas Stars forward line combos, but their fourth line, man, they got Ty Dellandry on there, a former first-round pick. Sam Steele is a young NHL player. They got the one vet there in Craig Smith, but you look at this Dallas bottom 6, third line, Duchesne, Sagan, Marchment. That's a bottom 6 that can compete. You hold that up next to the Edmonton Oilers bottom 6, it's not even close.
Yes.
Top 6, obviously a big edge to Edmonton, but that Dallas top line, I mean, it's one of the best trios in the league. Roope Hintz with Joe Pavelski and Jason Robertson. Even on the second line,
Roope Hintz.
Wyatt Johnson's off to another great start. Jamie Benn's tied for the team lead with 8 points.
Jeez, Tyler, why don't you marry them all?
Well, I'm just saying, the Oilers should be trying to improve their bottom 6 because there's no reason it shouldn't.
Oh, there is stronger rosters out there than us.
That's all I'm pointing out. And you're playing one of them tonight in the Dallas Stars.
Yeah.
It is disappointing to see these teams kind of come in and have such stronger rosters when we all thought we had so much depth to start the season.
I love how we thought we had depth. We never had depth.
I think it's there.
Where's the depth?
Depth is condensed in the top 6.
I would.
It is.
So that
I think
that our top 6 isn't deep enough.
No, I think our
If we
top
have to
6 is
condense
deep,
our-
but I just don't think so. What
Where's the
I
depth?
would do. Well, Fogel's playing on the first line right now.
Okay.
We all thought he was.
So
gonna
if he
be a
wasn't there,
third
who
line.
should be there?
Well, we all thought Connor Brown was going to be.
Well,
there.
that was
And
a
now
scratch
Connor
ticket.
Brown's not doing anything.
I
But
don't think he was a
scoring-wise-
scratch ticket.
Yeah.
He's a pretty proven 20-goal guy.
Yeah, coming off of
Sure.
2 knee injuries.
I think there's the potential for depth here, and I'm not willing to write that off.
but
in
the
terms of
potential
the top
depth,
9.
how?
Connor Brown starts to play a little bit better. You move him back into the top 6. Warren Fogel's, is he not their leading 5-on-5 goal scorer right now?
Well, like Fogel's been like that's
Yeah.
why Fogel should be
Ryan
there. but,
McLeod's better than
but
what he's shown.
In reality, Fogel's a third liner.
That's
Like,
what I
on
mean.
a good team.
Yeah.
So was Connor Brown. Yeah.
I don't know. I think if he's humming, there's more there. I think you'll regret saying that at some point this year.
But like, no, he fits the archetype of a third line guy.
Middle 6.
Like if we're a really good stacked roster, like how you just went through and just absolutely bent the knee to everyone on the Dallas Stars forward core.
Yeah.
Like that's where they would put Connor Brown.
Yeah, and I guess
That's where they would put
that's
Warren
fair.
Foegele.
So is the biggest need for the Edmonton Oilers going forward then, is it not to get another top 6 winger?
Well, it pushes guys down.
Pushes guys down,
No,
right?
it's-
Because then
it's a bottom 6 and a top 6 and a defenseman. How can we do that? Can we go shopping?
Jeez, that's a lot.
You think
I know.
it's a top 6 winger the Oilers need?
Patty Kane?
Oh,
I think they need a third
'Cause
line center.
You can get him for a song.
That's what Jay's saying, though, right? You need a top 6, bottom 6,
Oh,
and
yeah.
a D-man probably.
That's it.
That's it. 3 pieces away, though. At least we can see it. It's
We got
there.
questions for Frank next trade deadline.
Jay Diz, Kessel's out there looking for a contract. League min for 14-goal, 22-assist guy. I don't think Phil Kessel's helping you anymore. I think that ship sailed. I think Patty Kane, if you could get him for $800,000 this year, like, yeah, do that. That'd be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Push everybody down a little bit, but it's probably
Yeah.
going to take a trade. And then the only shitty part about having to do that is like, if you're going to go get a forward and a bottom 6 and a D-man, you need to sacrifice both CC and Foegele to have the money to do it. So then, right, like I guess
know.
Foegele, you're
It's-
sacrificing a piece of depth to maybe upgrade your top 6, and it's like, oh damn.
It's a bit of a mess.
Well, you could probably work in multiple ways. Like, what if you're able to move Yaremchuk in a deal or something like that too? I know that's only like 1.5, whatever.
Yeah,
it
I
is.
see what you mean.
But it's
I
a
Right?
little
think you
bit
keep
there.
Janmark and move Ryan then in that instance.
Yeah, and Mark's
Yeah,
is worth.
You just
makes
had
a little
some
bit more.
money. I would agree. I would
Yeah.
rather have Yaremchuk over Ryan.
Yeah, me too. A lot of people saying Phil Kessel, calling him underrated. He didn't crack the lineup for the Vegas Golden Knights once in the playoffs last year.
Oh, but that was a deep roster.
It was a deep roster, but I mean, you're trying to get there for the Oilers, right? So I don't think Phil Kessel is really a good one. Someone said if you bring in Patrick Kane, who was Loomis, it's a failure. I don't think it's a failure at all. I think
Why?
if you could be in the mix for Patrick Kane and he's interested in coming here, you absolutely do it.
You can't drop a comment like that and then not tell us why.
Yeah. You gotta
Why
tell
is that a
us
failure? Why is it a failure to bring in a guy who has 3 Stanley Cup rings and is arguably one of the greatest American hockey players?
Well, Phil
ever?
has 4.
Yeah,
Or
but
Phil's
Phil
3.
Kessel, it was only like 2 years ago. Patrick Kane
Well,
had like
I'm
90
saying if we're doing
points.
Stanley
Hey,
Cup ring
apples to oranges.
metrics.
Okay.
Yeah, I think there are still holes with this team, but I just think like Ryan McLeod is better than he's shown. Dylan Holloway,
He's
there's,
coming.
there's ceiling there. Holloway,
He's coming.
yeah.
He's coming.
And Connor Brown is much, much better than he's shown. He's a more productive player. He always has been in his career. I'm willing to say those 3 are all better than what they've been the first 8 games of the year here. The Oilers' depth has potential.
This reminds me of last year where Tyler's like, all we need is just our defense to play better. That's all we need. No, we need a Matthias
But they,
Ekholm
yeah,
to improve
yeah.
the situation so they could all be
But
better.
then Darnell Nurse started playing better.
Well, exactly. But just
Yeah.
like trying to will them to play better.
Naeem says, especially this year, we just have to sign Kane and not get, and you wouldn't have to give up a 1st-round pick. Yeah, that's the other thing with Kane too, right? It doesn't cost you anything. Although, and I was going to write about this on the site right away. Percent chance the Oilers deal their 1st-round pick at this year's deadline?
High.
85 to 95% probably.
100.
$1,000,000%.
I'm saying 100.
Ken Holland's not sitting on that bad boy.
No.
Well, and this is last year. What the hell does he care?
Yeah.
Go with a bang, Ken.
He 100% wants to go out with a bang. Okay, that's probably enough trade talk here. Let's get into our game notes for tonight's matchup and get to know these Dallas Stars a little bit. They are 6-1-1 on the year. Hot damn. It's a good hockey team. 3.13 goals per game, 6th best goals against per game in the league at 2.5. At 5-on-5, they're basically dead on league average when it comes to shots for and shots against per 60. Their special teams is an interesting breakdown. 8.7% on the power play, 31st in the league, but third best penalty kill in the NHL. They're the anti-Oilers.
Perfect. Should bode well for us tonight then, shouldn't it?
Well, you'd hope.
Well, we need to stay out of the box.
Yeah,
That was a big problem there.
Even at 8.7%, I don't care. Because the volume we're taking penalties, that's probably still 3 power play goals somehow.
It's crazy that power play unit is so bad.
How is that
Pavelski-
team with those guys?
Pavelski, Hintz, Benn, Robertson, and Heiskanen.
Just too many me guys. Not
I don't
not
know.
playing
It's
it as
also probably
unit.
a little bit of bad luck at some point. Like if you're rolling Jason Ross, like that top line alone,
8
combined with
games.
Jamie Benn, like that should be one of the better power plays in the league.
Well,
Should
yeah,
be.
should.
And the Oilers penalty kill is not
Paper
good.
Tiger.
No.
Okay.
The Oilers penalty kill sucks.
No, their power play is a paper tiger.
Oh, the Stars.
Yes.
Paper Tiger means it's good or it appears good, but it's actually bad.
Yeah. Exactly.
So you think it's worse than this?
No, you're saying that they should be better than they are.
Yes.
So that supports the paper tiger
okay.
theory.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
You're looking
Boy.
at the paper. I'm looking at the tiger. You used this analogy to start off the show.
I know, but I think I used it in a different way.
No,
I'm so confused right now.
you said Vancouver is a paper tiger.
Yeah, I think they are.
Well, this would.
But they're doing good, and I don't think they're actually good. The Stars power
So
play
paper tiger
sucks.
means they look good on paper, but they're not actually good.
Paper Tiger means I don't know. What else do we got? Whatever. Anything else?
Let's move on.
I thought I could really grab a hold of that.
The Dallas Stars.
There's
I know.
something there.
Was- yeah, you were this close. The Dallas Stars have had 12 different goal scorers this year. The Oilers have only
2?
had. The Oilers have only had. You want to take a guess? How many think they
Oh
got?
well, 6 forwards, and then Bouchard has a goal, so that's 7.
And Daryl has
Kulak,
one. Kulak.
Vinny, so that's
Oh.
8. 9. I'll go 9. I feel like I'm missing one.
10.
Ugh.
Forwards have been Dry,
Nurse.
Fogel. Yeah, Dry,
You missed
Fogel.
Dry?
No, I missed Nurse.
Okay.
6 forwards, 4 D-men. It is wild that the Oilers have almost had as many D-men score this year as forwards.
Defensive, offensive depth.
Nope. That's
Paper tiger.
yeah. they need that, as Jay Woodcroft said. They need that bottom 5 to get going, man. It is like again, 3-4 games of playing good and not scoring is like okay, like it's coming. 8 games without scoring, it's like holy shit, it's a slump. Like you gotta at some point now they need like a 4 or 5 game heater.
Yeah, and I think the excuses are out the window too, because those guys play with McDavid or Draisaitl fairly often too, and they're still not managing to find ways. Like
Yeah.
Holloway had a great chance in Heritage Classic and just couldn't get the puck off the ground. Maybe they just need one to kind of get themselves rolling here. But Jay Woodcroft's comments after he sent down Ernie were pretty out there.
Yeah, it wasn't like he didn't mince his words, man. Like that was a direct shot at all 5 of them, or 4 of them, I guess, because Ernie's down. But like that was a message to Derek Ryan, Dylan Holloway, Connor Brown. The only thing that's saving a few of these guys, maybe it's Derek Ryan in particular, is the fact that their cap situation is so bad that they can't healthy scratch anyone. Like you got to play everyone you got right now. So
I wonder. I don't want to put this out there too much, but I'm just going to say it anyway.
Do it.
How much longer does Dylan Holloway have? Like if he
he's
doesn't
waiver
score,
exempt.
and they can send him down and bring up a Lavoie, who's just got AHL Player of the Week.
Well, it's worth maybe getting a look.
Yeah, like you
They'll
just
have a
kind of rotate them both out.
You could do it under the whole.
But I hope we can all agree that Lavoie isn't the answer.
No, he is not the
Okay.
answer.
Probably not. But I don't know.
Like,
We'll see.
let's see what he's got. He's heating up. He's getting better. He's trying to now earn it, which is exactly the way it needs to be.
All right, let's get to the Star Mechanical guest line today. We're going to take an in-depth look at the Dallas Stars. Star Mechanical, Edmonton's #1 plumbing and heating company. If you want to find out more, you can visit them online at starmechanical.ca. Taylor Baird covers the Dallas Stars for Defending Big D and NHL.com. And the Dallas-Fort Worth area is buzzing right now. Rangers World Series last night, and the Stars beat the Calgary Flames. What a night. Is the city on fire or what, Taylor?
Yeah, for sure. It's a great time to be a Dallas sports fan. We haven't had too many days like this, so it's really exciting to be here.
The Stars are looking great, 6-1-1 to start the year. The one thing that jumps out to me is the goals against and Jake Oettinger. He seems to have found a new level this year. Like, we're looking at a Vezina caliber season here from Oettinger so far.
For sure. He had a surgery in the offseason that actually kept him off the ice for a lot of his training. And for some reason, I guess in Dallas, it's something in the water here. You miss training camp and it all seems to work out just fine. Miss the off season, it all seems to work out fine. Just ask Jason Robertson and Jake Oettinger.
Yeah, Robertson didn't come back until like right before. Like, yeah, you're bang on with that one. How much credit does this blue line get, though? I look at that group there, like Heiskanen skates like the wind, and you look at a few of the other guys, Lindell and Lundqvist, like it's a mobile blue line, but then it's got a nice blend with guys like Hakanpää and Suter. Like, on paper, it looks just fantastic. Has it been one of the key reasons Oettinger has been able to have these kind of numbers as well?
For sure. They probably don't get enough credit for the work that they do. And then I think it's been helped by Thomas Harley taking his next step in development, Nils Lundqvist taking a next step in his development. Both of those guys have looked really strong out of the gate here. Hakanpää and Lindell still have their moments, we'll say. And it's great that they've found Harley and Lundqvist to kind of maybe split those two guys up, because they got exposed a lot in the playoffs, especially that series against Vegas. So it's been good, and we're starting to see a lot more balanced lineup on the back end. So it's been really good. And they've been very strong, and Heiskanen is still, I think, super underrated for what he does. And I just keep wondering, when are we going to stop saying he's underrated for his game?
Yeah. Wyatt Johnston, obviously unbelievable rookie season, seems to have just hit the ground running again with 7 points plus 5 on the season too. How's he been doing? It seems like he's perfectly fine now, and sophomore slump doesn't exist in his vocabulary.
Yeah, I think some of that might come from watching Joe Pavelski prepare every day. He lived with the Pavelskis last season and decided to run it back this year. So Joe Pavelski remains his landlord. But I think watching how he prepares every game and how he approaches being a professional has really rubbed off. And he pretty much said, sophomore slump, what's that? So, I mean, he was probably the guy during training camp and all through the preseason where I said, wow, he looks really good consistently. And he's been one of their most consistent forwards while, and even though he missed a lot of training camp because of an upper body injury, he's just come back and slotted back in, and it's like he never left.
Oh, perfect. Another guy who missed most of the It's great with the Stars. Last one for me. How's Matt Duchene look in the victory green?
Sorry,
Oh,
guys, I didn't quite catch that one.
Oh, sorry. I was just wondering how Matt Duchene's looked early on in the Stars.
Yeah, Matt Duchene has also been coming around to form. I think the forward group has taken a little bit of time to kind of fully look and sync, because Roope Hintz missed a lot of training camp in the first game of the season because of an upper body injury. Wyatt Johnston was out for a little while with an injury. And so the lines were kind of juggled around. But since those two guys have come back and the lines have started to settle, he has found some phenomenal chemistry with Mason Marchment and Tyler Seguin. And those three have been on fire the last couple of games. They've looked like the top line on the ice most nights. And I think a lot of that has to do with Duchene's ability to come in and make those plays and how he's looked as a center. It's been really good.
Perfect. Taylor, we appreciate the insight. Thanks for hopping on.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. Anytime.
There you go. Taylor Baird from NHL.com and defending Big D.
That might be the last time if she does it from her phone like that. Thoughts?
Hey, now, come on. No, I think that was actually on our end. I think our connection totally lost. Yeah, that was not great connection.
Oh,
But it's
she
still
was
good info.
great.
Yeah, she's good.
Yeah.
She just needs a different device.
At Taylor D Baird, if you want to give her a follow on Twitter. Oilers Stars tonight. Yeah, the Oilers are dodging a bullet, not getting Jake Oettinger, because that dude looks dialed in right now.
Well, I just saw the stats are 1.95 goals against and 939 save percentage.
Yeah, flashing back up. Like
That is scary.
Do we get Jonathan Quick?
We love to.
I
I
mean,
I
He's
got
our
so
brand.
excited for the last game.
We
like
would
this.
probably put 5 against Oettinger. That's just the way we roll.
I know. Yeah.
He hasn't faced Connor McDavid yet this year. Tell you that for free.
Scott Wedgwood has appeared in 2 games this year for the Dallas Stars. He is responsible for their only regulation loss, and he's got an .889 save percentage to go with a 3.54 goals against average.
He's one of us. He's one of
type
our
people.
goalies. Yeah.
Yeah, he's get ready for him to stop 46 of 47, and the Stars will win 2-1.
Well, that fits in nice to my bet.
All right, so let's get into it. Courtesy of our friends at Betway, let's get to our betting challenge. The Oilers, they are favorites tonight, so it's not exactly stunning, but minus 140.
Oh, wow.
Can I
That's
put something out there again?
That's a lot of
If you
respect.
don't mind.
Sure, chuck it right out there.
Who have the Dallas Stars played this season?
Oh, here we go.
Okay, so they lost to Vegas in a shootout.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
That's pretty good. They've beat Anaheim.
Uh-huh.
They beat
Pesky.
Philly in
Philly beat us.
overtime.
Mhm.
They lost to Pittsburgh. They beat Pittsburgh, who suck.
Mm-hmm.
They lost
Sidney
to Toronto,
Crosby.
who's very good.
Uh-huh.
They beat Columbus and they beat Calgary. They've not had like a super difficult schedule. You know what I'm trying to say? I think they were maybe.
Now do us.
I think maybe they were a paper tiger.
Yeah, the Oilers haven't exactly. had the world's toughest
You
but
made a
I'm
schedule.
just
paper
saying.
comment. I was thinking about the blue line. I'm like, yeah, they're a bunch of tigers. It's gonna do it. But
My
it didn't.
thing with is that good teams beat bad teams. So that's what they're supposed to do, and that's what they did. So
There you
I
go.
can't say that they're not a good team because good teams beat bad ones, and they're winning.
Oilers are plus
We'll see.
110 to win in regulation, and on the puck line tonight, if you're so inclined, plus 155. Tempting. Oilers to get 32 shots on net, minus 118. I don't hate that spot either.
Against that blue line,
They just gave up 46 to the Flames, but the
Yeah,
Flames
that's,
shoot from the
that's
parking
an
lot.
anomaly, and that's right. They are volume shooters from the perimeter.
So let's get to our betting challenge today. I'm coming off a dub last week against the New York Rangers. Obviously, we didn't have a show
Yeah.
on Heritage Classic Day. Liam, you took your nice little chalky Warren Fogle bet last game, so you got a win as well. You're 2-0. Jay, tough.
Ryan McLeod did not score.
No.
Nor did Dylan Holloway, which was your original bet, which wasn't available. So 0-3.
I'm trying to get that line going. What are you trying to do?
Win.
Oh,
Hey, he's up. He's the only one in the positive so far. Jay, what's your logic here? Oilers money line in the under?
well, because of that paper tiger blue line,
Okay.
I feel like it's going to be tough for us to score.
Yeah.
So if we're going to win, we have to make sure they don't score a lot. And last time we played Dallas and Edmonton, I went Edmonton in the under 5.5. I really chased it and won. So I went safe bet this time because I think because it's not Oettinger in net, we might pot a few more. But that means for the reasons why you want to marry every single forward on the Dallas Stars,
Oh, Jesus.
they are a threat. So under 7.5 is cushy. It's cushy, but it's paying pretty nice.
That is good. That is a good fee.
I'm going Oilers money line and McDavid 2+ points. That says minus 125. It's actually plus 150.
It was minus 125.
McDavid 2+ points. McDavid 1 point is minus
I
125.
was Russian.
I know. Oilers to win, McDavid 2+ points. I think Connor's gonna have a good game tonight.
I think that's a good bet.
He was moving pretty well in the Heritage Classic. Obviously, the
Yep.
production maybe wasn't necessarily there, but 3 days off. He's got that dental surgery taken care of as well.
Yeah.
That's a big thing.
That was huge. for
Fresh
the week.
grill.
Yeah, I like McDavid. McDavid comes out with full diamond grills. That's what his dental surgery was. Or he was seeing James Neal's veneers guy, and he's just gonna have this nice big clean smile. Either way, I think he's gonna have a productive night. I like the Oilers to win too, obviously. So I'm doing a little parlay. Liam,
Dry 2+ points.
so you don't trust the Oilers to win tonight, is what you're saying?
Yeah. Minus 125.
Plus
Plus
100.
100.
Sorry, I went for the wrong one.
Even money. And I'll be up 3-0, 2.5 units tomorrow.
Hey, I don't mind taking the easy payouts on some of these, but I just think you could have thrown Oilers money line in there. Could have supported the boys.
I'm here to win.
Fair enough. There you go. Shout out to our friends at Betway 19+. Please play responsibly. Someone in the chat who's starting in net tonight. It is going to be Stuart Skinner getting his third consecutive start. Honestly, I like this decision. I think it's the right play. I think when you look at the way the Oilers schedule is breaking a little bit going forward as well, you go Skinner tonight. He's the hot hand. You want to keep the good vibes rolling.
Keep them going.
They also have 14 games, don't they?
Yeah, they play a ton in January, so you do have to, November, so you do have to split it up at some point. But Saturday, I think no matter what Stu does tonight, Saturday's Campbell's Crease.
Oh, yeah, because it's like 29 hours away. Or
yeah, and it's Nashville. He has a good start against Nashville already under his belt.
Yeah.
And then I would also argue Stuart Skinner's got the 1A title. So he goes, no matter what Stu does against Nashville, right back to Stu against Vancouver.
Is it even 1A? Is it not just 1?
Yeah, it's probably just 1 and 2.
I feel like it's 1 and 2 right now.
But you're still going to split up the starts like 45-36 or whatever, right? Or 44-37. Like,
yeah,
it's not going to be a 50-32 workload here.
But I think if you have a crucial game one night, they're going to tell Skinner he starts over Campbell.
Yep, probably.
Like a must win or a big game against
I really do think, like, again, just looking at the schedule that's ahead here, you're probably going with a pretty solid rotation for the next little bit. Like Stu tonight, Jack against Nashville, Stu against Vancouver, against San Jose. Got to be able to start Jack in that game, give Stu a little bit more of a rest. And then Saturday, while we are in Seattle, it's Stu.
Jack almost got the shutout against San Jose last year.
It's a good point as well.
Weren't we in Vegas?
Yeah, when Jay bet the McDavid hat trick.
Yep.
And Nuge scored.
And you celebrated.
It was very
like
funny.
You won a big bet.
Well,
that happens.
Vegas,
okay.
baby.
Yeah, Vegas.
Leon goal on Sunday, and I had a nice parlay going.
Rusty is in the Finning Cat YouTube chat. Says 14 games in November. Oilers go 12-2. Book it.
Yep.
All right, Rusty, I'm with you.
Vibes are high for a team that is.
Vibes are high. Like that
season.
that game couldn't have happened at a better time.
Dude,
Yeah.
we've totally
Granted,
flipped the page.
Granted, we beat the Flames, which isn't saying much, but there's just how we did it, and just kind of like all the kind of like I feel like the team got together.
Yeah.
I feel like that weekend, like that actually, that the chemistry is forming. We're getting back to our old ways. We weren't playing for one another.
It's Heritage Classic, Halloween party, dental surgery. What more do you want?
Gagne.
Everything's coming together right
the
now.
vibes are high, and I hope they feel that.
Little Kool-Aid.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm back to Kool-Aid season.
Yeah, me too.
The Oilers are still technically tied with the Calgary Flames in the standings.
Wow.
I wrote about that for the site last night. Like
mentally, where we are.
Yeah, like it's not even close. The Flames are in shambles right now. Talking about Elliot Friedman wrote in his 32 Thoughts piece that the Flames and Hannafin were talking about a deal that would have paid him more than Devon Taves. And now they put everything on hold.
Well, smart.
Yeah, smart.
Smart by the Flames.
And that's the big thing.
Dumb by Noah Hannafin.
Yeah. With the Flames, like you can sell Hannafin, you can sell Lindholm, you could sell Tanev at this deadline.
Ooh, I like
you
Tanev.
could maybe even look to move a guy like Mangiapane, who's got term left.
Mangiapane.
You could get for those 4 guys, you're probably getting at the deadline 3 firsts and 2 really good prospects, just in aggregate. Probably even 3 or 4 really good prospects for dealing those guys at the deadline. I don't know why you wouldn't do that. Give yourself a kickstart for the future. And the other
side, bring up Dustin Wolf. It's
know
just
that too.
Astonishing.
Oh, you trade Vladar too. Probably getting a 2nd-round pick for Dan Vladar at some point. Trade those guys. Get a king's ransom of assets. And then you also avoid making the mistake of giving Noah Hannafin or Elias Lindholm like $8 to $9 million a year. Not that they're not good players. I think they're really, really good players. But the Flames aren't winning a Stanley Cup in the next 2 seasons. I think you need to recognize that and do what the LA Kings did, which is, okay, we're going to keep some of the core pieces, right? Kings kept Doughty, Kopitar, all those guys, even Quick, through the, in air quotes, retool. Brown until he retired. Take a couple of years, bad contracts go off the books. You don't sign any more bad contracts. Cap goes up, probably $12 million in the next 2 off seasons combined. And if you're Calgary, then you'll have 5 first-round picks getting ready to come into the lineup, and you're ready to take a step forward. Because right now, you are so clearly miles behind Vegas, so clearly miles behind Edmonton. You can say the same thing about LA.
I would say the same thing about Vancouver.
Yeah, I don't know if they're behind Vancouver.
They're behind Vancouver.
Yeah.
Arguably the sixth best team in the division right now.
Mm-hmm.
Some days maybe seventh, depending on how the Anaheim Ducks are feeling.
Yeah. All right. Elsewhere tonight, the menu around the sporting world brought to you by DoorDash, where you can use the promo code Nation25 to get
Ding
yourself
dong.
25% off and 0 delivery fees on your first order of $15 or more. Nation25, all capitals. Thursday night football tonight. Titans Steelers. Thank God the Oilers play. If you
I think there's a good storyline there. What's his name?
Will Levis.
Will Levis. I got him in my fantasy roster for tonight.
Is Kenny Pickett playing?
Yeah, I think
yes,
so.
he's playing.
Disappointing.
Why?
He stinks.
He
Over
sucks.
Mitch Trubisky?
I don't know. I'd
Yeah,
rather
fair.
just watch them run the ball with Najee Hines. Harris sucks too.
Najee sucks. Jalen Warren should be the guy there.
Take a knee.
I'm just 0% excited for that football game, so I'm happy I'm going to the Oilers game tonight. Elsewhere around the NHL, a couple of interesting matchups. Rangers-Canes should be a pretty good game, but Leafs-Bruins is probably the main appetizer for hockey fans tonight before the Oilers game.
Yeah, that's a big one. That's a good little back-to-back Leafs Bruins, and then right into Oilers Dallas.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
People were debating this in the Finning Cat YouTube chat.
Okay.
Do you still consider the Dallas Stars a rival of the Oilers?
No. It's the bad blood isn't there. Like it's none of the players are there. So like that's kind of you don't have that connection to it. So I would no. Our rivals are Vegas, always Calgary,
LA.
and LA. Ally.
I agree we're not rivals, but if Jake Oettinger ever put on a Eddie the Eagle helmet, all of those feelings would come right back. Hating on Ed Belfour back in the day.
Oh yeah. Well,
If he were to wear that mask, I would.
Wanya
all
and
come
I
back.
went to a playoff game, and this is when you could buy. We bought our tickets at 7-Eleven. Stating ourselves. And we got to the game like we are in our seats like an hour early, and the Belfour chants were starting then. Belfour. It was awesome.
That is cool.
Yeah.
And then I think that was the game Mike Comrie scored the winner or something, or a meaningful goal in that game. And we walked out of then Skyreach, I don't know, Rexall. And we saw a guy in a Comrie jersey beating up a guy in a Medano jersey.
Just straight.
It was so poetic.
Just straight stadium fighting.
I know. Oh, we walked out of the building, and we walked right into the guy. I'm like, wow, that's awesome.
People in the chat are ranking the Oilers' biggest rivals. Someone said Vegas, LA, and then the Flames.
Like, yeah, like Calgary
yeah.
went so up and down. Like that didn't like that wasn't really like a battle bird. I feel like when we had the Kachuk Cassian scenario going, like that's when it was like it can always get to that point though. That's the thing with Calgary. It can always bubble up to that point. It just doesn't always happen anymore.
Yeah, it didn't even have Rasmus Anderson in there either. Like, there wasn't that, rivalry
Yeah,
there.
the
on
guys that you
Sunday.
want to
Yeah,
punch.
the guy that you hate.
Yeah.
Because Kadri's so irrelevant now,
Mhm.
despite scoring.
Yeah, he is. I thought he was going to be better. So I will admit I was wrong with my takes on him going to Calgary.
Lance says, what made the Dallas rivalry so good is that they had double our payroll at the time.
Oh,
Oilers were the
or
scrappy
more.
underdogs.
Or more. Yeah, well, that was the thing. We were the blue collar, hard helmet, lunch pail to work guys,
Yeah.
and we just went to work, and we outworked them. Didn't outskill them.
Oilers are going to have to outwork them tonight, though. I mean, that's really been the one knock so far this season is the Oilers' inability to pull.
We
up
have
the
been
boots
working.
more.
That's the thing. They put on those uniforms. They
Yeah.
were reminded what it looks like and what it takes to work,
Mhm.
and then they went to work and whooped the Flames.
I know you're aware that the Daily Face-Off Survivor game presented by Wendy's is up and live on the site.
Well-
Are you still alive?
I am, oddly enough, because I picked Jason Robertson to get over 0.5 points.
We went with the Colorado over, for this show yesterday.
And you're still alive?
We hit.
We hit.
They scored
I went
So-
with Robertson.
So I think we had 540 once the first contest has started. We're like 540 or 590 or something like that. There's like 140 people got knocked out on day one.
408 remaining.
408 remain. It is a race because I think they're giving away a bunch of the
Barbecue bacon cheeseburgers.
barbecue bacon cheeseburgers.
Ooh.
That
So
would
what are
be
we
nice.
going with today?
Well, let's flash up the options over from dailyfaceoff.com and Wendy's.
I'll tell you what I picked.
Okay,
I already picked it. Oh, I did Tim Stützle over.
Me too.
You guys are just going with the chalk.
Ugh. Look at your bets, you two. How dare you accuse me of going with the chalk?
Yeah, just picking whatever the public says because you can't think for yourself.
I picked like first like one of the first picks of the day before the percentages were even there.
I'm going with the Detroit Red Wings to go over 28.5 shots on goal. They've been averaging over 30.5 shots on goal so far this season, every game.
Sounds like chalk.
And they're taking on the Florida Panthers. They're underdogs. Should be throwing a lot of pucks towards Sergei Bobrovsky. So I'm going with the Wings over 28.5 shots.
That Montreal one is intriguing to me.
15.5 hits.
That just that feels so low. I feel like there's a lot of hits in a hockey game, no? It's 15.5.
I don't even know like the numbers.
Arbor Xhekaj?
Depends who the stat guy is that night.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a big thing.
Montreal Canadiens averaging 20.3 hits per game.
Yeah.
I'll
do that one. Yeah,
wow.
I'll take that. Yep. Thank
All right.
you.
I can't
already
change
made
my
mine.
pick.
Card laid to card played. Jay.
Well, that's what my heart said. It skipped a beat when I saw that one.
If you're still alive in the Wendy's Survivor Pool, hit the like button on today's YouTube video because we're trying to get to 89 to put some goodwill out there for Sam Gagner in his return tonight. So, we'll see.
And play the game. It's so easy to play.
Yeah, you just
It's
making
a
an account
website.
takes 2 seconds. You click the link on the Daily Faceoff on dailyfaceoff.com.
Yeah.
Done. Also, whenever we bring up just something to table, maybe we'll talk about it in a meeting. Why are the Oilers jerseys still orange on dailyfaceoff.com? Got to get that fixed up, right?
They're also a little bit different too. Like if you can we get Dallas on as well?
Dallas looks like
The Dallas ones were different today.
yeah,
Yeah,
they
they're
look like
different.
real jerseys at some.
That is a good, interesting observation.
They haven't worn orange in a couple seasons.
Yeah, but I look at it just seems right.
I know.
I never would have noticed if the chat didn't keep saying it.
Mm.
That is noted. We will
You're the man who can make a difference. So
Well,
that's why I wanted to bring it to your
not
attention.
really, but there's people here that can. Yes.
Oilers D pairings for tonight's hockey game is the last area I wanted to hit on with you, Jay, and I totally forgot to do it earlier because I had a whole thing.
Oh, yep.
They're going Nurse CC, they're going Kulak Broberg, Desharnais the 7th, Ekholm Bouchard back as a regular pairing. After seeing the Oilers Halloween party, I just want them to run full-time Broberg Ekholm. Look at them dressed up as ABBA, Jay. They're best friends.
That is just tugging on my heartstrings. I love ABBA. Love ABBA. And the fact that they did it and then they're all both Swedish, like it was a no-brainer for them to do it. Ekholm
They should be a pairing.
Such a great idea.
That's such
so
a good.
good.
They should be a pairing because there's a lot of things I can say. But,
I'm a little bit nervous about going right back to Bouch, getting 20-some minutes, but I do actually kind of have hope that Woodcroft's going to rotate a little bit more. And Bouch had a good game at the BOA, so.
He's had a couple of good games in a row. To
Yeah,
his
yes.
credit.
Yep.
He's good against the Rangers too.
Yep.
He was brutal against Minnesota.
he was the 6th defenseman, I believe, against the Rangers, right?
Played 20 minutes though.
Yeah, that's mismanagement, but
7 o'clock puck drop tonight between the Oilers and Stars, or whatever. 7:12 puck drop between the Oilers and Stars tonight. Pre-gaming with Boardsy is going to get going at 6 o'clock with myself,
Boom. See you
Aaron,
there.
and our boy Pat Puff. Also, a new episode of Real Life will drop this afternoon, and Gregor's live at 2 o'clock on the Oilers Nation YouTube, which means you could go Gregor right into pre-gaming with Boardsy and not turn off the YouTube.
And I'm going on Wanya's World today.
And he's going on Wanya's World
Let's
Day.
go.
There's a lot going on today. Busy content day. It's a
Busy.
game day, a Sherwood Ford Giant game day.
Yeah.
Feels good to be back. Shout out to our friends at Sherwood Ford the Giants and also Sherwood Power Sports and Marine. Brand new state-of-the-art facility in the heart of Sherwood Park across the road from Millennium Place. All black exterior, 91,000 liter test pool. Liam and I, originally the idea popped in my head. I was like, could we drink 91,000 liters of water by the end of the year? No. We could
Apparently we'll
not.
get
you would
poisoned.
die.
Water poisoning.
There's
That's a
something
thing.
like hyperhidrosis
Yep.
is a thing.
Oh, that's what you missed. It was a whole thing. It was 10 minutes of yesterday's show was on this.
How can
You would
get,
die.
We're made of water. How do you get poisoned?
Because there's a balance in your body of like where you need a certain amount of electrolytes, and when you put that much water through, you drain them all out.
But if I go to the bathroom, I'll be fine.
What?
Like if I'm drinking, I'm like, oh, I have to go to the
Are
bathroom.
you assuming you don't pee when you're drinking 91,000 liters of water?
I don't know. That's what
Keep it
it's
all
being
in
made
there.
to seem like.
No, you're flushing, and flushing I mean peeing.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay. Yeah, you know, that gets Tyler going. You're flushing out all the electrolytes, and you're throwing your body off balance. So you're just water in your blood, and then boom, dead.
There you go.
Careful, everybody. Mix in a beer.
with some salt.
Yeah. All right. That's a wrap on today's show. Shout out to Short for the Giant and Sherwood Power Sports and Marine, as well as Alberta Blue Cross, Wendy's, DoorDash, Star Mechanical, Betway, and of course, Sports Closet for the Sports Closet studio. Everyone in the Fitting Cat YouTube chat, you were great today. And we are at exactly, we shot up. We almost hit 100 likes. We hit 89, which means Gagne anytime goal scorer is an absolute lock.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll be
Unless
back
it's
tomorrow.
not.
We'll be back tomorrow to break it all down. 12:01 Mountain Time. Chat with you then.
Thank you for watching Oilers Nation every day. Hit the subscribe button to never miss a show. And for more, visit Oilersnation.com.